Hi, my name is Mary. Today FM plays the best music in Lambasa. Today FM rocks.
My name is Thomas. I'm here in Nakasi and I like to listen to Today FM because it rocks.
My name is Milenia. Today FM rocks here in Singatoka.
My name is Enrique and Today FM rocks here in Tabwa.
My name is Mary Jane. I love listening to Today FM here in Ba. Today FM rocks.
My name is Ilay Tiambal and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks here in Osur.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, fuel prices to drop from midnight tonight. Various issues discussed during consultation. And students glad to be back in school.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spate.
Fuel prices will drop from midnight tonight. The decrease in both petroleum fuel and LPG products will range from a high of $1.96 to a low of 8 cents effective from tomorrow. Fijian Competition and Consumer Commissioner CEO Joel Abraham is urging businesses to ensure the new prices are passed on to their customers. Maggie Boyle reports.
Good news for consumers. LPG products and fuel prices will drop from midnight.
FCCC is pleased to announce that the prices of unleaded petrol, premixed kerosene, diesel and LPG products have been reviewed and new prices have been determined by the Fijian Competition and Consumer Commission. The new fuel prices and LPG prices come into effect Tuesday.
Attributed to shifts on the global market, motor spirit will drop by 15 cents to $2.09 a litre. Premix will be $1.92. Kerosene will drop to $1.63, and diesel will make the least movement of 8 cents a litre to $1.89. For LPG, prices, a 4.5 kg cylinder will decrease to $13.81. A 12 kg cylinder will now cost $36.84. Bulk will decrease by 14 cents, and autogas per litre will shift from $1.83 to $1.74. And to ensure all Fijians get the new deal, the authority responsible has already begun their surveillance.
We've noted previously that when price reduction happens, traders are often reluctant to reduce prices because they have previously purchased some stock. However, it is imperative that consumers know as well as traders know that the price reduction are effective midnight tonight.
The next review of the fuel prices will be conducted in April. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
Clarifications were sought on false complaints in regards to the Code of Conduct Bill during a public consultation in Lautoka today. Under the bill, any complaint to the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Justice, Law and Human Rights is confidential. However, complainants can still be taken to task if they provide false information. Felipe Naikaso has more.
Providing false information was the main topic of discussions today during the public consultation on the Code of Conduct Bill.
What if there is a false complaint? What if somebody is purposely doing a complaint to pin somebody down? And if the committee investigates and if it's a fake complaint. So if the complainant is still indemnified, then what action would be taken on the complainants in this matter?
If such things happen and somebody is trying to actually defend somebody or tries to give a false information to the commission, right, they'll be actually dealt with under the part 13 of this bill.
Submitting also on behalf of the Lautoka City Council, the Code of Conduct Bill has been praised as it brings up accountability and transparency by public office holders.
I believe that is one of the good things that has been adopted in this bill, where it's high time that municipal councils, where the CEOs and administrators would now finally be able to declare their assets and liabilities.
The committee is also hoping that more submissions will be heard from the public when they continue the consultations in Nandi tomorrow. Felipe Naikaso, FBC News.
Taking a more systematic approach and improving medical services across the country remains the top priority for the Health Ministry. Minister responsible, Dr. Ifiremi Wangai-Nambete, says since last year, they have implemented certain standards across both the administration and clinical levels. Maggie Boyle reports.
Overhaul of the health sector long overdue. Professionalism and efficiency are key terms being adopted, all with better patient care as the focus.
See the patients as quickly as we can, and then getting on with the treatment. That's how we came up with the 4-hour policy. So within 4 hours, within the emergency department, we need to ensure that we've treated the patient and made some plans. And that's how we've been able to free up the corridors, in some of our emergency departments.
Property management and maintenance has also undergone re-strategizing.
We've been encouraging staff that look after these areas to just keep on pushing on, because it's now about halfway through the year, financial year, to keep on pushing on and make sure that we do all the facility renovations that are supposed to be done, that have been budgeted for.
Minister notes they're also working to ensure a uniformity at medical centres, making those in rural communities compatible with those in the main centres. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
The first day back to school is normally a big day, whether you are a first-timer or returning to school after a great vacation. Rachel Nath took to the street schools along the Suvarnasori corridor, where many children were excited to start the school year.
It was all smiles at schools this morning, with a few still dreading the early morning wake-up, not wanting to give up their holiday. But the general atmosphere was filled with excitement.
I'm feeling well. I'm just excited and I'm in class 8.
Looking forward to FSLC.
Many students say that they're setting their sights for great academic achievements for this year.
This year I have to do well than the previous years, of course, and pull up my grades.
My challenge is sitting for the FSLC exam. And I'm sure I'll do my best. There's lots of challenges, so it will be hard and tough.
Students weren't the only ones excited about the first day of school.
Myself, I'm happy. I got 2 kids, the big one in class 4 and the small one in class 1. I wake up in the morning, it's very good day.
I'm feeling proud.
Because these are my first grandchildren to go to school. One is going to Form 3 and the other kindergarten. This morning, their grandfather and I got them ready for school, and it was very emotional.
Now, it's not only an early start for students, but also those heading back to work. It's a little after 8 a.m. and rush hour traffic is at its peak. This definitely is a sign that it's back to school. Now, you might have to forego that extra sleep time to beat the traffic. Rachel Nath, FBC News.
Still to come, FCCC to develop e-registration system for landlords. An LTA proposes changes to bus timetable. Details after the break.
Bula, neva ngo malakai leloma, ngo ngai nakas ondu makarong ng Bula FM, nambang 2 na sere.
Hoya uvasit sai sa Lambasa, ya ondu talita na warong ng Bula FM, nambang 2 na sere.
Guya do Kimeli, ako na tao no hinga toka, talita kina na warong ng Bula FM, nambang 2 na sere.
Wana tunga ng Bula FM, nambang 2 na sere maluan.
Neva ngo fane na tao no singa toka, kita ondu talita ka ng Bula FM, nambang 2 na sere.
Bula FM, nambang 2 na sere.
The Fijian Competition and Consumer Commission is developing an e-registration system aimed to help landlords register with the Commission. A survey reveals that there is a low number of registered landlords since the introduction of the rent freeze in 2007, and according to the FCCC CEO, this is not a good sign. Kritika Kumar reports.
Not having enough registered landlords will make it difficult for the FCCC to phase out the rent freeze currently in place. Thus, the Commission has engaged the services of an Australian-based IT to develop a much easier system for landlords.
At this point in time, it's still on our website. People can come in and do their registration or fill the registration and send it through. But unfortunately, people are not doing that. So we are hoping that with the new automated system, where people don't have to manually fill forms, maybe that will help.
Abram says once it goes live, more people will be able to register.
Registrations come in, we are able to see how the dispersion of rent is in different geographical areas. Then we are able to put up a policy and to say or recommendation for policy on how we're going to phase it out.
Meanwhile, the consumer watchdog has issued a stern warning to landlords to comply with the rent freeze order.
What some landlords do is they try to do some minor renovation works, and as a result they issue a notice to their tenant so that their incoming tenants can pay an increased rent, which is illegal and we should not be entertained.
FCCC says a review on the rent freeze will be done to see how they can get more landlords to register with them. Kritika Kumar, FBC News.
It has been revealed by the National Fire Authority that they don't have the expertise to investigate fire incidents and ascertain any cause of fires. The NFA Chief Executive says some of their officers have been trained to conduct investigations. However, they don't have anyone solely to investigate fires. Savara Tambor reports.
Since there are no expertise in investigating any fires in the country, the NFA is now working with Australia's Country Fire Authority to get as much knowledge as they can.
They bring in their experts, work with ours, try, and at the same time while we do the investigations we are also learning from them. But that's an area that the board has also directed me to look into, to capacity build our people and look strengthen that area of the authority.
Lisuma says once engineers are available, then they will help the authority in some of its fire investigations. Meanwhile, the Fiji Higher Education Commission says they can assist the authority to develop a national qualification for fire engineering.
It will take some consultations, and once that is completed, if they have an institution to offer their training, or we can negotiate with one of our local institutions to offer the training.
A few years back, the authority had signed a memorandum of understanding with Australia's Country Fire Authority, and investigations done by overseas officers have and will be free of charge. Sabara Tambua, FBC News.
Land Transport Authority Chief Executive Samuel Simpson is proposing changes to the bus timetable for better coordination. He says after his early observations, he has seen that timetables are all over the place and steps need to be taken to improve this. Simpson says the LTA publishes the timetable on its website, but there is no central for these timetables.
Like a journey planner, where we pull all the timetable information into a central IT system, and we're able to provide smartphone access. If you want to go from point A to point B, you type that in, you say what time you want to travel, the dates and everything else, and it produces a route plan for you.
Strong new penalties are being called for to punish people who sabotage food in New Zealand. This comes in the wake of Australia's strawberry needle crisis last year, which severely damaged the industry there and spawned copycats in New Zealand. This report from TVNZ.
It's sabotage like this that unnerves consumers and can upend industries.
Yeah, I didn't buy strawberries for a while, and I really like strawberries, especially in the summertime.
Australian farmers devastated this season with needles being deliberately inserted in strawberries, with copycats here too. Now, calls for a crackdown.
They could be costing the New Zealand economy tens of millions, potentially hundreds of millions. It could cripple an entire industry, this behaviour. We want to send a very strong message that it's not welcome in New Zealand.
The food industry urging the government to follow Australia's lead and substantially increase penalties.
Sabotaging food is akin to economic terrorism. It poses a real risk to the public. It causes massive costs to industry and huge wastage of food.
Consumers want to know that their food is safe, and I think we do need much strength in penalties.
Nathan Guy wants the maximum penalties for contaminating food increased from 10 to 14 years in prison.
Industry's calling for it, consumers here are calling for it, but the government is just sitting on their hands.
Shoppers in Wellington today were divided over whether increased penalties would work.
I think they should increase penalties because it really wrecks for the whole economy.
I don't think that increasing it 4 years would make any difference at all.
Nathan Guy calling on the government to adopt his new bill, hoping it will deter instances like this in the future.
Coming up in sports later with Jamie, Manchester United beats Tottenham in the Premier League clash this morning. But Rachel joins you now with business.
Thanks, Jackie. Good evening, and coming up after the break. More than 400 building permits issued. And in growing Fiji, WEF installs new pipeline. Stay with us.
Voila, I am Eleanor. For the best classic hits, I only listen to Gold FM here in Singapore. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Seni Rawa. I love listening to Gold FM here in Osuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Dino. I'm from Outrigger, Koroko, Singapore.
I love listening to Gold FM. Only the classic hits.
My name is Salote. I love listening to Gold FM here in Surrey. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, my name is Marida. Gold FM plays the best classics here in Aotearoa, Singatoka.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Leading business tonight, 439 building permits for construction work were issued in the September quarter of 2018. Now, according to the Fiji Bureau of Statistics, these permits were valued at $102.3 million. When compared to the June quarter, the number of building permits issued declined by 0.5%, whereas a comparison to the September 2017 quarter shows an increase of 6.6%. A further analysis of the stats revealed that the Central and Eastern divisions accounted for 70.8%, Western Division made up 25.9%, while the Northern Division accounted for 3.3%. And we now join Sharon from HFC Bank with the latest from the Money World.
Looking at the South Pacific Stock Exchange market review for last week, Amalgamated Telecom Holdings, Fiji Care Insurance and Fijian Holdings were the three listed stocks recording market activities. The Fijian Holdings share split process has now concluded and the overall market capitalization decreased by 0.10%, ending the week at $3.066 billion. In Forex market, the US dollar rose against most of its peers. Risk sentiment improved on hopes for both a US-Sino trade deal and more aggressive stimulus from Chinese policymakers to support its ailing economy. And that's all from HFC Bank for now. Vinaka.
Thanks, Sharon. On to the exchange rates as it was set this morning. The Fiji dollar showed gains against the US dollar, the euro and the yen. However, it slipped against the other currencies we cover. Looking at the commodities market, crude oil prices were down at $51.31 a barrel. Gold rose at $1,290 per ounce and silver closed up at $15.58 an ounce. And in Go in Fiji tonight, water supply in Nassori has been fully restored following the Violet treatment shutdown over the weekend. The Water Authority says the new installation of the pipeline will go a long way for those living in the Nassori area. Kelly Vidala reports.
In an effort for Fijians in Nassori to have better water access, we have commissioned a pipeline from the Waila plant to the Ndui Lomolomo Road.
We are commissioning this duplication because of the demand. We need to sustain the demand, so we're increasing the amount of water that's coming out of the treatment plant to feed into our reservoirs.
Nassori residents who were affected during the shutdown hopes the upgrade will prevent future disruptions.
I'm thankful to the Water Authority. We had stored water for the shutdown period and it's great to see that they're actually carrying out works to improve water supply here.
We have really a big issue with water, so every night our water goes out. Hopefully the issue won't be there anymore from next week, so we can use the water consistently.
This is a good effort rather than sometimes some disruptions that comes in every now and then. Consumers are not well advised.
WEF General Manager Customer Services Ekove Ulunayao says the demand for water in Nassori is increasing.
There's an increase in requests for extension of coverage into these areas. So as part of that, we need to do our upgrade upstream too.
WEF crew were carrying out flush works during the day to eliminate any trapped air in pipelines that had built up during the shutdown period and also conducting valve operations for restoration works. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
And that's a wrap from the business desk for tonight. Jamie joins you with the very latest in sports.
Thanks, Rachel, and good evening in sports tonight. Dates for Coke Games likely to be shifted. And Boxing Commission hopes to revive heavyweight division this year. Details coming up.
Hi, I'm Jyotishma. I'm from Singatoka. I love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM is hot.
I'm Charlene Robert, Mirchi FM, rocks in Lambasa.
I'm Soname Nasori Jackson, Mirchi FM is hot.
My name is Raymond Dutt. I'm in Baba Singh Alliance. Mirchi FM is hot in Lambasa.
I'm Kritika from Jax Nasori. I love listening to Mirchi FM here in Nasori. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
The dates for the biggest athletics competition is likely to change this year. The Fiji Secondary Schools Athletics Association says this is due to the Easter holidays. The annual school meet usually begins on the Thursday of the last week of the first school term. Association Secretary Vuli Wanga says as a result, they are looking at hosting the three-day competition starting on Tuesday. This means the tentative dates for the Coca-Cola Games could be the 16th, 17th and 18th of April at the NZ Stadium in Suva. However, Wanga says they are yet to get approval from the Ministry of Education before confirmation on the dates can be made. The Fiji Rugby Union will confirm its participation in the Global Rapid Rugby by the end of the week. Chief Executive John O'Connor says they have done all the logistics and are hoping to field a strong team in the competition this year. Vastil Prasad with the details.
The Fijian Latui will be the name of the team that could take part in the Global Rapid Rugby tournament this year.
If all that falls through, the competition should be starting at the end of March. And our Fijian Latuis will be participating in the tournament. We hope to finalize that by the end of the week. Participation in the tournament by the end of the week and confirm and we'll make an announcement.
The competition will consist teams from 8 other countries, including Australia, Hong Kong, Japan, Malaysia, Samoa, Singapore and United States. FRU Chief Executive John O'Connor says this is a great pathway for local players.
We'll be almost our Ndrua player, to be one step ahead of the Ndrua platform. So we'll come from under 20, then the Warriors, then the Ndrua and then the Global Latui.
The Global Rapid Rugby is expected to start in March. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
Fiji Airways men's sevens coach Gareth Baber believes the national team is ready to defend the Hamilton tournament title next weekend. Baber says despite a few players being dropped, there's still a positive vibe in camp as they prepare for the second round of the World Series. Fiji is pooled with Australia, Argentina and Wales for the Hamilton Sevens.
For me, I've got to try and make that normal, and you know the fact that we won the tournament there this time last year is very positive for us. We have good memories of it, and we want to go and emulate that. We want to go and do it again.
The Mba football side is aiming for its 21st Vodafone Premier League title this season. These men in black kick off their campaign against Nasinu on Sunday with some reinforcements in this year's squad. Vasnil Prasad reports.
Missing out on the VPL title for the last 2 years, the Mba football side is ready to make a winning start this season.
Here for 2019 National League is to be the league winner, and we are doing everything and we are building our team.
It will surely be a mammoth task for opponents Nasinu as they have returned to the Premier League.
We think that come the league game, we will prove that we are here to stay.
Mba has roped in the services of Tavua striker Ratun Dau and goalkeeper Jovili Zimborisi. The side has already been playing few build-up matches.
So I have played one warm-up game against under-23 yesterday in Mba. Team is shaping well, and it's not only for National League, we also building our team for the Oceania Champions League.
They take on Nasinu 3 p.m. at Ratu Dakambau Park in Nausori on Sunday. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
Manchester United made it 6 from 6 as they defeated Tottenham 1-0 in the Premier League this morning. Marcus Rashford scoring the lone goal of the match in the first half. The Fiji National Rugby League hopes to win its first ever Pacific Games gold medal in Samoa this year. The FNRL announced a 25-man squad today that will continue preparations before being cut down ahead of the Games. Kuroi Tandolala reports.
The FNRL head coach says the team has a good chance of winning gold with the presence of a few junior Fiji Mbati players in the squad.
Players like Apaku Kitabundi, Philip Shaw, Michael Peters, Penione Tangi Timua, Veretim Bukavesi, Wame Turang Nivalu,
Luken and Durtalo. These are players who have done the Fiji Mbati jerseys before.
Team manager Tevita Korosai says the team will start a series of weekend camp next month before selecting the final 20.
Our schedule starts February 1st. That's our first weekend camp, and we'll miss a week. Then we'll continue until April or maybe May, which we'll definitely have our full camp comes May.
The Pacific Games will be held on the 7th to the 20th of July in Apia, Samoa. Koritandulala, FBC Sports.
Professional boxing in the country is buzzing with growing interest in the heavyweight division. While Fiji was once well known for producing some of the region's best heavyweights, the division has remained relatively dormant for a few years, something the Boxing Commission of Fiji hopes to change with the help of promoters. Melitavanga reports.
With the return of heavyweight title holder Petro Ngitha, the division has now received interest from other local boxers.
We have seen an increasing interest from heavyweight boxers, those who are former amateurs and who want to make a professional debut in the heavyweight rank.
The Boxing Commission of Fiji is working with local and overseas promoters with anticipation on the next heavyweight sensation to rise from Fiji.
The back of our mind is our wish and our hope is to mold and develop one of our boxers, especially the heavyweight division, in the next 3 to 5 years to come out from Fiji. It has to be homegrown.
The South Pacific boxing promoter says he's been receiving calls on boxers who've shown interest in the heavyweight category.
If you see social media, things are buzzing. Most of the amateur boys, amateur heavyweights, they are giving me call. They want to fight in heavyweight now. Petro Ngitha has openly opened up this division. As you know, heavyweight is always a limelight of Fiji boxing.
Currently, there's 5 registered heavyweight boxers, with an additional 4 this year, and 2 are currently on exhibition level. Melitawanga, FBC Sports.
In today's play of the day, William Mata tearing up Toulon's defense with a brilliant run and magical offload for Edinburgh in the Champions Cup over the weekend. That's it from sports tonight. Angie joins you later on with weather and the new media. A look at the world's smallest phone. Details coming up.
मैं नवनीत नंद नंबुआ लुम्बुआ से जैसे प्रेनी नोट मशहूर है वैसे रेडियो फीजी 2 भी सभी जगह मशहूर है। रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
सीमा नकाशी से मैं रेडियो फीजी 2 पसंद करती हूँ सुनने के लिए। रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
मैं हूँ अंकल किंग सिंगाटोका टाउन के टैक्सी ड्राइवर। जैसे रग्बी फेमस है वैसे रेडियो फीजी 2 फेमस है।
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
In tonight's new media, we take a look at the world's smallest phone. It's even smaller than your thumb. And it's weather time now with Angie.
Hello there and welcome to the Weather World. It's been a great day with loads of sunshine in most areas of the nation. Rain was supposed to pass, but nope, it decided to stay on. In other news, for school kids, hope your first day was good at school. Now taking a look in the west, quite mild, the sun was glowing with just the right amount of sunshine. Eastwards from Pakhawa to Suva, quite humid with very bright sunny spells. Showers are on and heavier falls can be expected later tonight and some thunderstorms as well. And up north, quite muggy, but the brisky winds are doing their job. At sea, easterly winds 10 to 15 knots, moderate to rough seas. For the tides, low tide at 1:30 a.m. with high tide at 7:44 a.m. Sunrise at 5:42. For tomorrow, another super sunny day is in store, which will be followed by light afternoon showers. So if you're planning on doing laundry, it sounds just about right. Tomorrow's temps, Suva will be the coolest at 29 degrees. And looking further on to Wednesday, this great hot weather is set to continue, so have all the fun under the sun while you can. And that's all from the FBC Weather World. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Angie. In Fijian Pulse tonight, we asked, did you find daylight savings beneficial?
I like daylight. I back from work, I spend a lot of time with my family and my school children.
Yeah, it's good because you can do something at home and you're going to work and like that.
I did benefit, and it was pretty worth it because of getting my students to school.
I think daylight saving is a good thing because it gives me much more time to spend with my family and more time to help them as well.
I think daylight saving is good because it gives me more time to prepare for school.
One thing I like about daylight saving, give me more time to spend with families and friends. Can wake up early to go to school.
In the world of the weird and the wonderful, a place in Japan where send mail is done underwater. Recapping the main stories for tonight, fuel prices to drop from midnight tonight, various issues discussed during consultation, and students glad to be back in school. Now for these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. To our poll question segment, last week we had asked, is Fiji ready for a passenger train industry? And over 66% said yes. This week we're asking, has daylight savings been effective? Visit our FBC website to answer. Before we go, our shot of the day is the beautiful sunset at the Pearl South Pacific Resort, sent in by Rahul Prakash. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. You can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. That was your FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, good night.
Bula, nevan go malakai leloma, ngongai nakas untuk makarong ng Bula FM, namban dua na sere.
Hoya uvasit sai sa Ilambasa, ya untuk talita na warong ng Bula FM, namban dua na sere.
Guya do Tumeli, ako na tao no hinga toka, talita kina na warong ng Bula FM, namban dua na sere.
Warong tuma ng Bula FM, namban dua na sere nawaluan.
Nevan go fani na tao no go singa toka, kita untuk talita ka ng Bula FM, namban dua na sere.
Bula FM, namban dua na sere.